Let's get it, Scorpios. Let's see what might be playing out for you over the next 7 days. Some of you Scorpios, you have a legal situation, which we will talk about in a moment. But let me first say this. There are a few things that I would like for you to keep in the back of your mind as you listen to this reading. Understand, Scorpion Nation, that this is a general reading. And due to the fact that it's general, not everything will apply to you. So please don't expect it to be a reading that resonates to a T. Take what resonates and disregard the rest. Please avoid making any sort of rash decisions or jumping to conclusions based on a general reading. Some of you, I'm not speaking to you at all. This is not your reading, so please listen to this with discernment and discretion so that you can know the difference early on. Even though you hear me calling this a 7-day forecast, even though you hear me calling this a 7-day forecast, even though you hear me calling this a 7-day forecast, the events in the reading may not always play out at the same exact time for everyone. The reading is actually timeless. But we're going to say that certain things may play out within the next 7 days. Some things may, some things may not. It may be necessary for you to have patience. Let's get it. Oh, and yeah, we're going to talk about sensitive topics. We always do. Please, if this is not your thing, if that's not the type of reading that you came in search of, or you're not in the headspace to hear about sensitive topics, here's your opportunity to click off. I'm not the reader for everybody. I tend to be very straightforward. If that's not something that you feel that you can handle at this moment, please take this moment to click off. Let's get it. Let's see what may be playing out for the Scorpio Nation. Like I said, I intended to do Pisces. Some of you may have Pisces in your chart, or you may be communicating with a Pisces this week. There's something that you're really fixated on this week, Scorpio or cross watcher. It might be this legal situation, as I mentioned to you. For some of you, this is not a legal situation. The situation will be handled in a just and fair manner. For some of you, this has something to do with a Libra, yes. But for others of you, this may have something to do with a spiritual battle. Because I definitely feel that some of you, you're up against that, Scorpio. You're focusing on an issue. Something is definitely causing you stress. This week, what your guides are saying, Scorpio, is maybe brainstorm on maybe 5 ideas about what could possibly be the remedy to the situation. And then turn the best idea on that list into a solution. Your guides are saying you got to take a step. Take the first step today. Give yourself a deadline to maybe figure out the other steps. But your guides are saying get yourself freed from this because something is compromising your emotions. You're very, like I mentioned to you, fixated on something. Fixated on something that you feel is not working. And let's see what this might be. For some of you Scorpions, it might have something to do with your living situation. It could have something to do with the community that you're in, the community that you dwell in. Wow, okay. Their sacrifice. There are those worth making, and there are those that will destroy you. Okay. I'm curious to see what this is about, Scorpio. There's something that's going to require you to make a sacrifice. What's really going on? You might have some people that are opposing something that you're doing, people that do not agree with whatever you're doing. You are fixated on something. I was telling you, you're stressed out. Some of you are stressed out about a legal situation, very distracted by this. Some of you could definitely be going to a social gathering. It could be your own birthday. You could possibly be a Libra Scorpio. You could be on the cusp. Or you are celebrating the birthday of a Libra. You're very distracted by something. You got an Aquarius that shows to your reading. Gemini is here. You got somebody that's at a distance from you. I see some of you have a baby's, the mother of your child. Some of you could be expecting a child. You could be expecting your second child. You may want to have a child. Some of you, maybe you've had fertility issues, and maybe this is news that maybe something may actually, there may be a pregnancy. There could be news of pregnancy around you. You got a Taurus that shows up to your reading. Definitely, that's the issue. I was trying to see, what is it that you're fixated on? Some of you, it's money. It's your financial situation that you're fixated on. It could have something to do with, maybe it's it being a very difficult thing for you to communicate, get your point across to someone. Because it looks like there's two people kind of pointing the finger at one another. Maybe that's what has you kind of distracted. Maybe when you're around people, is that, and I say something about Pisces. Some of you, maybe your ascendant sign is Pisces, or you're around a particular Piscean this week. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Exactly. Okay. There's some confrontation this week. There's an issue with communication that I think that you're trying to conquer with someone, but maybe it's just very difficult. It seems like there could be arguments in front of children, possibly. But I see stress or strain in a relationship, like I said, due to either there being trouble in paradise. For some of you, it's a financial situation that you're having conflict about. Maybe you feel like you're not compatible with your partner. Maybe you feel like the two of you are like the polar opposite of one another. It looks like you have the ability to overcome what these challenges are. And it seems like that's your challenge this week, is to figure this out. And you get past this. Or is it just time to maybe do something different? I said Libra, definitely. Virgo shows up very heavily. Your friends could be very instrumental in something that you're doing. They could possibly be coming through to help you. There's a choice that you feel that you're meant to make this week. You could possibly be getting a second opinion from somebody that you trust. Maybe somebody who's been in your situation. You could possibly be getting advice. You got 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Hermit is right beneath that. And we did talk about Virgo. Okay. This seems like that might be the reason. I said the source of your arguments could definitely be money, but it could also be infidelity, lies being told, and somebody doing something behind your back and trying to get away with it. Somebody could possibly be sneaking in, sneaking out the house. Could be kids, even, Scorpio. Could be some underhanded things that are being done at work. But definitely whatever's being done ends up hurting someone. Someone in the end this week may be devastated. And it seems that there is someone that's maybe avoiding responsibility, maybe avoiding you altogether, not really wanting to be truthful, finding ways of trying to slide out of. This feels like this is somebody kind of getting irate, gaslighting you, going off because of guilt. Somebody's accusing somebody of doing something. Somebody feels guilty about it. And it seems like rather than take ownership of what they're doing and be real about it, it seems like this person ends up becoming irate and combative in order to kind of evade talking about the truth, or kind of like push it off on the other person and gaslight them. That's what this feels like to me. So it seems like somebody in the scenario is trying to figure out, well, how do we fix this? How do we get past this? Because for some of you, Scorpios, not all of you, but for some of you, somebody else is in the picture. And somebody is texting them, going back and forth with them. And maybe singles. Let's talk to you. Because for some of you, the person that they're texting with could be you. And maybe they're not getting back to you this week. Some of you, it could be that somebody's trying to figure out this situation at home. Somebody's conflicted about whether or not they really want to be there, but it seems like somebody really doesn't. But at the same time, this is why they have something going on with you and why they're sneaking around with you. And this is the week that maybe their partner has found out about it. Somebody's definitely playing around. So, in other words, Scorpio or cross watcher, be careful about how emotionally invested you get into a situation, maybe kind of prematurely, because keep in mind, sacrifice. There are those that are worth making and those that will destroy you. It just feels like be careful about getting your feelings kind of caught up into a situation too quickly, like I said, or too prematurely, because there might be something more going on than maybe you bargained for, something that maybe you didn't see in the beginning, because somebody has you deceived. Somebody has you thinking about them night and day, Scorpio or cross watcher, when something isn't what it appears to be. Somebody is married or they're in a relationship. Somebody's trying to BS somebody that they're in a relationship with, but somebody is just kind of too smart to fall for that. Or someone is doing their investigation work, looking a little bit closer in on the situation and kind of seeing what's going on. Somebody definitely realizes the truth. And as I mentioned to you, somebody is devastated over some things that they may find. Careful about arguments kind of going overboard, Scorpio, like things coming to blows, somebody putting their hands on you, or you feeling like you want to put your hands on somebody. This feels like that's when things could very possibly go left. Because let me remind you, we started off the reading talking about a legal situation. So if this is you putting your hands on somebody or vice versa, there's going to be consequences that somebody has to deal with for the anger. Somebody could possibly be already, there could be a pending court date due to this, some sort of DV situation. Somebody could possibly be facing jail time, and maybe this is pending. This could be a pending court date for some of you. Maybe this is what has you distracted. Maybe this is the situation at hand that you're kind of focused on. It might be a lot of different things. You might have a presence in your house, Scorpio. Seems like you're going through some depression. What did I get this for, Cancer? You might be dealing with a water sign. I said Pisces before, now I'm saying Cancer. You're depressed, kind of thinking about something, kind of withdrawn. Somebody in your situation is very judgmental, overly critical. Trust, somebody is seeing somebody behind your back, and this is what I mean, singles. Pay attention to the context clues of what somebody is saying, because somebody is every bit of a BSer. Or somebody is planning on running out on you or the situation. This is what I mean. Somebody is a runner. When things get difficult or there's some sort of confrontation about what's really being done, somebody is a runner. Justice. So we're talking about a lawyer, yeah? Unless somebody's trying to lie in court or whatever, trying to get away with something, something is definitely going to be seen. Somebody's calling somebody on their BS, whether or not this is in the court of law or this has something to do with something entirely different. What's going on with you're trying to stop something from happening. Some of you might need to get a lawyer in order to stop something from happening. For some of you, this might have something to do with that. Am I trying to say an eviction? Maybe you're trying to stop an eviction. You're trying to stop some sort of legal process from happening. Some of you might have a restraining order, is what this feels like to me. What is this justice situation about, Spirit? Because this is the second time you have this. You might have to shell out some money for a legal situation, Scorpio. Somebody is lying, running their mouth about something. It may have something to do with a contract. Some of you, maybe this is a divorce. Maybe somebody's putting a stop to the BS and the shenanigans. And somebody could definitely be filing paperwork. So someone could possibly be being served with divorce documents. I mentioned to you, some of you, maybe this is, you're going to court, like I said, for something that is legally binding. This could have something to do with your work, but I feel that this has something to do with a living situation. You're living a contract connected to this. Maybe something's been giving you the blues, or this is you maybe just kind of, like I mentioned to you, worried about something, fixated on something. It has something to do with a contract for some of you, like I mentioned to you, it's a marriage. Or if this does have something to do with a living situation, you're worried about maybe your next place, maybe you're online, home shopping, jotting down some notes, this sort of thing. It seems like you're worried that maybe something is not going to work out in time, but it definitely feels like it's the opposite. Okay, when it comes to contracts, anything that's legally binding. Okay, we talked about it. Something's going to be handled in a just and fair manner. If this is you going to court due to like a living situation, am I trying to say an eviction? If this is a lien holder, you owe taxes, like property taxes. You're in foreclosure. And you're worried about what's next for you and your family. It feels like something actually does work out for you. Yeah, it may be time to go through a new path. Or this is maybe you're doing some sort of spell work to open up doors, open up a pathway for yourself. Okay. It might be time to do something completely different, but maybe a contract does open particular doors for you or for someone that you know. But if this is somebody lying, yep, this has everything to do with court. If somebody is lying in court, trust, like I said, the truth is going to be pointed out. This might be you hiring a lawyer, okay? Especially, again, we got these documents. Documents are being served. Something to do with paperwork, filing paperwork, and this sort of thing. There's a lawyer that may help you put together a plan of action. Where at some point, I won't even say at the beginning of the week, this feels like this has been an ongoing thing for you where you've been worried about the outcome to a legal situation, or you've been worried about your living situation, your possessions, where you're going to lay your head, or what's going to happen in the future. That might be what brings you to tarot. Maybe some of you might do divination professionally, or this is, like I said, what brings you to maybe seek the answers to something before they happen to help you to alleviate some stress that you have about your current situation, about what might happen. Some of you, it feels like you're confused about your life purpose. Some of you, maybe it is meant for you to work in the legal profession. Maybe some of you could be in school to take the bar exam. Maybe some of you work in court, this sort of thing. Some of you could be purchasing real estate. Even if it's not now, it may be later on down the line. I definitely see a fire sign that comes into your reading, especially a Leo that plays a huge role in your life. And especially if there is a Leo that passed away. This is a Leo sun, moon, or rising. There's a lot of regret, maybe about not having said goodbye to someone after they passed away, not being there when someone passed. Someone could have passed through older age. They don't have to have been elderly. I think you are concerned about money. For some of you, your money situation is the way that it is because of a legal situation that's draining your pockets, or a move. Let's talk more about this move. That's what I feel that this is. I don't even know that we have to talk more about it, but I definitely feel that something is going on. Somebody came here to hear about this tonight because I feel it. Hello, Miss Ruby. Scorpios are quiet tonight. Yes, that's what this is about, divorce. So, I mentioned to you, somebody's fixated on a problem this week. That could be what the argument is about. Or that could be the conclusion that somebody is reaching. I think this is just something that's being spoken about. No. It's not something that's being spoken about. Because truthfully, somebody has maybe gotten legal advice. Maybe they talked to a lawyer about it. And maybe this is definitely somebody realizing that this is the best course of action, is to like let this go. Because it feels like somebody is like saying, I can't I can't live this way anymore. Somebody is very distracted, maybe feeling trapped in their situation. Somebody could possibly be feeling trapped in their situation because of manipulation, mind control, or it has something to do with their own financial situation. Or somebody, maybe they're not ready to leave because they have kids, or they have this picture perfect image online that they're trying to uphold. It could be something like that. Virgo is dominating your reading. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Virgo in particular, who is not a fire sign, but is a mutable sign. So I'm confused. Do they want to be with you or do they not? Okay, you're fighting with them. If there's a third party for some of you, somebody is very chaotic. Something ended with you, and they may be in another situation where they're getting into it with this person too. You might find that time after time, maybe that's just the type of relationship. You might feel that you're attracting toxic, broken people. I don't know. It's like, do they want to be with you or do they not? Because it looks like somebody's trying to make up with you, but then the next minute you're fighting, or it's not you that's fighting, it's your kids that are fighting. Kids, your siblings, maybe kids that you babysit are getting on your nerves. It just seems like you don't have time for yourself. Scorpio, let's find something positive to talk about. Okay, because this has gone on for a while, but it continues to come out in the reading. You're not getting along with your partner this week. It looks like for some of you, maybe you could possibly make up with your partner this week. Maybe. It just feels like you're too pissed off. You're too angry about something that you found out about. You feel like somebody is cunning, calculated, and this sort of thing. Like somebody is going behind your back and planning this stuff. With your money, let's talk about that for a second. Because I think we did speak about it briefly. I was saying that maybe that's something that has you stressed out. I'll just put it this way. Something about your financial situation may turn around. It may turn around gradually. It may not turn around overnight. So for some of you, that's the case. So if there has been something that's been going on with your pockets, it does feel like there's someone that's coming in this week to do a favor for you, to help you maybe get through a period of time, especially if this is you maybe not working, or there's been clashes with somebody that you do work with. Chances are for some of you, you may not maybe get along with someone that you're working with. Maybe you're distancing yourself from certain people at work. But I see someone coming in to give you a helping hand with a financial situation. And then it seems like something may gradually change for you. Like I said, if this is you waiting for a job because you've been out of work, definitely there could be a job that could be coming in. It seems like something is preventing you, though, from moving forward if this has something to do with a living situation. Something might be on your background. It could be a legal situation. Or whatever. I'm not sure. But something feels like in the beginning of the week, this is what you're worried about. Something that's preventing you from moving forward. And you might feel fixated on believing that maybe this is something that you can't get past. Spirit comes in to remove what is blocked and remove it out of your way. Yeah, see, it's due to some sort of message that you're receiving. I don't know why. I feel like it's evictions. An eviction is stopped. I'm really just fixated on this. I'm perplexed. Like, what is this? I might be paying too much attention to it. Okay. I think you would know what it is. So let me move on. Might be a good idea to maybe get around your people, Scorpio. The people that trust you, the people that you trust, the people that genuinely are looking out for you. It might not be a bad idea for you to be vulnerable this week and take a risk and maybe talk to someone who maybe understands where you're coming from, understands your struggles, understands your story. Someone that accepts you for who exactly you are. And maybe some people that motivate you to be a better person or to really realize your potential or to reach a particular goal or accolade that you have. Your people. Spirit saying maybe spend time with these individuals. They may be very helpful for you this week. because it looks like maybe you're looking for a shoulder to cry on. You're looking for a compassionate ear. Yeah, you've been going through it financially. I think that's your concern. If it's not you, then you may be concerned about a family member that might be going through it. So there could be a family member that could be calling on you about their particular situation, their job situation, their financial situation, or something that's just going on in their home. Some of you have been waiting to hear back from a job, Scorpio. I think this is the week where you get a message. There's a particular message that comes in this week or sometime within the next couple of weeks that may turn the situation around for you. Some of you, this court situation has something to do with children. This is definitely a situation where you want to lawyer up. This situation will be handled in a just and fair manner, especially if this pertains to children, custody situations. Somebody trying to keep you from having your kid with you, it feels like. You might have some sort of CPS involvement. This is a child custody situation. I want to say child support, but this seems like it's deeper than child support. But it could be because I see somebody having financial problems. And maybe somebody has the money, but they don't step up to pay. Yep, this is the good news. I felt that it had something to do with your living situation. This feels like you're getting news that you're getting a house. Okay, so that's what this contract is about for some of you. Somebody feels like maybe you're trying to run out and not pay the bill. So you're wanting to work for yourself, but maybe it's going to require for you to be patient to see something come to fruition. And be mindful of who's around you. I don't know who this is, but if this is truly thank you. Someone is fake or fraudulent, or they don't have the best of intentions. It could be for some of you somebody that's smiling in your face at work. It could be. Or this could be somebody in your community. It could be a neighbor. Somebody is phony. Or Scorpio, there could be somebody looking at you as such. Doesn't mean that it's true. Scorpio, I don't know. But someone could have that idea about you or vice versa. You might be getting communication from someone who is in the military, whether this person has passed or this person is here on this planet or in the flesh, I'll say. Sacred space, create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. If this is something that you're open to, if you believe in a higher power, you believe in God or whomever you source, spirit, whatever you call God, some sort of challenge in your life may have happened and it ends up bringing you back to your relationship with God or with source, universe. All the same thing. They're all synonymous. If you hear me saying it, they mean the same thing. Anyway, I think that this may have been part of the reason. It could be to maybe, like I said, bring you closer to your relationship with God. So this week, maybe you're spending some time creating an altar or visiting a place to connect with your spirit guides about something that has been kind of taxing to your emotions so that you can ask for help, so that you can catch your breath. Because I feel like this is the case financially for you. Or maybe you've been screaming so loud, like somebody's not taking space between between their thoughts and their words. Maybe somebody has asthma or something like this. But anyway, to catch your breath, to give you a minute to think about some things. Maybe this is a time that's going to give you some space to relax and get a clear and level head away from distractions in everyday life, everyday things, to kind of hear from your spirit guides, to figure out what's next. or to get the green light on what moves to make and how to maximize opportunities that may pop up for you over the next 7 days. Be in service. Virgo is what I get for this. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Virgo. Maybe I mentioned to you, some of you are business owners. How are you in service? Oh, I feel like this has something to do with the military. I was telling you, maybe somebody is in the service. Someone could possibly be joining the military, talking to a recruiter, or possibly, I don't know. Well, your intuition is right. With something that you're thinking about coming across, or some sort of download that you get this week, your intuition is correct. Your guides are saying yes. Or yes, your intuition is leading you in the right direction. Something, though, your spirit guides are saying it's time to choose a new direction in order to get on the right path. Something this week is going to require you to let go of something in order, like I said, to get led in the right direction. Since we talked about that at the beginning, sacrifice. There are those that are worth making and those that will destroy you. Whatever you feel it may destroy you, your guides are saying, let go. If it's an addiction, if it's whatever, you're holding on to something that is dragging you down, something that is making you absolutely unhappy and paranoid. Something is going to require you to let go, and your intuition is already giving you confirmation of that. It could be with your work situation. It could be that maybe it is genuinely time for a lease to end. Maybe it is genuinely time to move or whatever. You're traveling. Or somebody's traveling to you. I promise you. Somebody must have passed away. I'm sorry to dwell on this. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's just hard for you to let go of somebody that passed. I don't know if this is something that's fresh for you, but it definitely feels like you have some unexpressed emotions for somebody that passed. Or maybe something comes up this week that brings you back in time. Maybe it's a place that you may visit that brings you back in time. And maybe you might be going to this particular place to maybe connect with this family member or whomever this is that passed away. Because it seems like there's somebody that really does mean a lot to you. And this week, it seems like you're really going through it. You're going through a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, maybe due to the fact that somebody passed, because I promise you, you're hurt. You're really hurt or devastated because of something that may have happened. Others of you, maybe it's a court situation. Maybe it's just kind of hard to make the adjustment of maybe living apart from someone that maybe you really saw yourself making a life with, maybe having a child with, and maybe those dreams are kind of shattered right now. I hope you didn't lose a child. I really hope you didn't. My heart goes out to you if you did. A child, a pet. Yeah, it looks like your guides are really encouraging you to spend some time outdoors. You might be enjoying a good book. Somebody, I'm going back to this, but maybe somebody did pass. Maybe there was a child. Maybe it had something to do with a pregnancy. Maybe someone decided to not keep a child, not go through with a pregnancy, and somebody could be dealing with the guilt and regret of that. Or like I said, this is somebody's heartbreak because they want a child and they feel that they can't. But like I said, there might be news of fertility. Okay. In terms of your career, Oh, we talked about that. Something might require you to let go in order for you to, or maybe some of you did get let go from a job. Like I said, there may be a new offer that comes through for you. Um, and this may actually level out your financial situation. Like I said, it seems like your financial situation does gradually get better, but there's something that you may need to face, or somebody that you may need to get in contact with this week to get something sorted out. It's a Capricorn. Maybe that sacred place that you're going to is the ocean. Give me 1 second, please. Every problem has a solution. Scorpio, it's going to require you to face something, though, Scorpio. Like I said, there's a problem that you're fixated on. Maybe there's something that you're avoiding. Every problem has a solution. So I feel that this is your spirit guides coming in, like I said before, to lead you to the right direction. If this has something to do with education, you figuring out the right school for you, your children, or whatever, or some sort of heart's desire that you have, or maybe having to do with your purpose. Your guides are helping you to discover something. If there's something that's just really been up in the air and just you've been racking your brain trying to figure this out, again, your guides say that there is a solution to every problem. Something has the potential to be resolved this week. Or you may eventually see things maybe at least start to flow better if things don't come to a full resolution. You may begin, like I said, to see things start to move and flow in a better direction. It could be due to some sort of work that you were doing. Or it could have been before that maybe you were going the wrong direction and spirit comes in to show you the right direction. Or literally, maybe you're getting turned around. Maybe you're getting lost. Reconciliations may happen. For some of you, these reconciliations are delayed. They may not happen over the next 7 days, but there may be trust and forgiveness that maybe somebody is working toward with you. It may be hard to surrender and kind of go with the flow. Your synchronicities and your intuition, you may notice synchronicities unfold or certain situations kind of play out where the right people kind of show up at the right time, the right place, sort of thing. This is an indicator from your guides that things are going in the right direction, or that things may, yeah, I think you were turned around. I think you were going the right direction. Now you are. Your spiritual team is definitely helping you through a difficult situation. Your lesson, the guidance for you this week, Scorpio, is to let certain things be a wake-up call for you, especially if it's maybe a job ended in a very harsh way. Maybe that wasn't the place for you. And maybe you're putting forth a new sacrifice into doing something else. Maybe it was meant to like change your course or whatever. But yeah, this week it seems like it's necessary to relinquish all control, release and surrender, and let a higher power take over. Spirit, what is the advice for the anything else for the Scorpio Nation? Cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into to the moon's magic. Some of you are doing moon magic. Maybe you're maximizing the time of the full moon that's coming in to maybe change your circumstances. Some of you could possibly be getting your cycle this week. Everything has its right time. Leave a little bit early, Scorpio, or cross watcher. If you're going somewhere, you might be a little bit late, especially for work or for an interview. Leave a little bit early. Spirit advice for the Scorpio nation: magic, make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. You know, the second card talking about magic. I'm not surprised. I usually kind of get that for your zodiac sign. Either there's a Scorpio, somebody with Scorpio doing magic on you to maybe cause friction and issues for you, or this is what you're utilizing to turn your situation around. Spirit, show me any other advice for the Scorpio nation. Courage, which definitely gives me Leo. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. Some of you, maybe you are worried about your safety or someone else's safety, especially if this is somebody putting their hands on someone. Fear is an illusion. Something does have you in a state of panic. It has you in a state of fear this week. Set strong boundaries. Somebody's going to be testing your boundaries, Scorpio or cross watcher, especially through manipulation tactics and maybe tactics of magic, this sort of thing. Boundaries. What else? Turned over innocence. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. I think this is the case if someone is accusing somebody in court. Somebody could possibly be innocent of something that someone is trying to accuse them of. And if this is the case, keep in mind, we talked about that. Ma'at shows up to your reading. This situation will be handled in a just and fair manner. Someone is accusing you of doing something that really is not the case. Or if this has something to do with someone utilizing magic to F up your situation, your spirit guides come through to handle the situation for you. With that, this concludes your 7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. If you feel that this reading was helpful to you, Scorpios and cross watchers, help me out by giving this reading a thumbs up. Thank you, Celine. Consider subbing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you, Scorpio Nation and cross watchers, for deciding to tune in this week. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week, Scorpio Nation. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take good care and peace out.